All right, y'all. This is what we got going so far. Generic OG Carlisle style 57-inch length. Same paddle blade, shortened to 57, what I like. We got this River Find Ozark Trails cheap ass kayak paddle. Broke off on one side. We cut it to 57 inches, put a T-grip on it, 57 with the T-grip. Completely homemade hockey stick, probably gonna break. Shitty T-grip. I trust it, but don't like it. Huge blade with the curve on it. Big old scoop. I mean, massive compared to the size of the Carlisle. We have over here shitty Carlisle that I stuck in the fire and gave a scoop. Just kind of real rudimentary. We'll just try that out. You know, super ugly. I'm gonna sand it a little bit. It got in there a little too much, but we're gonna, it'll paddle. We got this. I got a lot of faith in this one right here. So it's a sup style shape. I'm not done with the blade yet. I just used a shitty shaft that I had off of this blade. I hate this T-grip, but I kind of messed with it and made it feel a little better in my hand. This blade, it's got a little scoop to it. It got a little wonky while it was drying, so it's not as symmetrical and beautiful as I'd like, but I also ran out of resin, so I'm gonna put a few more layers of carbon on here. On this side, I'm going to go ahead and trim this off at a pretty steep angle, probably something like that, and fiber over the top of it. That way it's nice and smooth, no sharp edges. This one is not done, but I do really like this shape as far as surface area. So this is a Carlisle blade, and if we line up this little angle right here a little bit here, roughly, you'll see that this blade is shorter as far as blade surface area, but it's quite a bit wider. Now we have a little bit up here that could be considered blade on the Carlisle. As you can see, completely different shape, and I don't know, I'm really liking this one right here. It's got this kind of side to side, left to right scoop, where a lot of sup paddles have the more bottom to top style scoop. Not sure why that is. We're just going to try this out. My plans with this, I'm going to put a couple more layers of fiber on here. It's a little flexy. Then I'm going to take, and I've got some scraps here, I'm going to take and just line the edges a couple times where I can kind of thrash that into the rocks and stuff like that when it's shallow, and we'll see how it goes. I expect it to break and fall apart. It does have a galvanized steel core made out of flashing like this, just because I haven't made a mold or anything yet. If I were gonna make a few more of these, I might, once I get a good shape, I think I might make an actual mold where I can mold it, and we'll mold the shaft right into it and move into some carbon shaft stuff. I'm really interested with the blade right now, and when I get a solid design on the blade that I feel like is going to work well, we'll move along to the shaft and make that out of carbon too. And I feel like you can buy them. I'm a little sketchy on what that stuff really is. I'd rather probably just make it, and we'll just need a mandrel, and we'll put some release agent on it, and there's a few ways to do that, and we'll roll it up and vacuum out all the excess, and we should end up with a tube tomorrow. We're not going to do it just yet. Like I said, we're going to wait till we find a good blade design and work off of that. I'm really liking this one right here. I really can't wait to get out to the wave, you know, but yeah, one of those. So yeah, I got some designs. If you'd like to see what it is, sketch me a little picture or something, and we'll see what we can do about it. This flashing has worked out pretty good for just making different shapes with. The only other shape I really think I want to try right off the bat is I'm really interested in that Werner kayak paddle. You know, they're just their standard everyday Werner blade design is pretty sick, and I'd like to try it with a T-grip on it and just see how it goes. There's a few things about it we could change for our design. Yeah, like I said, this is OG. We'll use that one. I got a lot of faith in this one right here too. We've talked about you know, the inefficiency of the Carlisle paddle being kind of a benefit R1 because moving something like that is so efficient that it's just really hard on the body. And maybe something like this, a little smaller, where you're getting a few more strokes in, faster in the water kind of thing. Maybe that's where we need to be. Maybe inefficiency. Maybe we need to play on the inefficiency a little bit. Maybe we need to quit being pussies and just strength up a little bit. I'm not real sure. I feel like this one cuts it right down the middle. You know, we got this pretty cool shape. Also be real easy to change. Maybe even making it a little bit narrower. The idea with the width was obviously to try to get more surface area below the shallow water. And we're going to try that one too. Not real sure. But that'd be just the same amount of surface area, just adding a little bit of a scoop to it, and see if maybe that'll give us a little bit more efficiency and make us feel a little bit better without going all the way to this big shoulder breaker right here. Which, like I said, this is just kind of for fun. Can I do it? I did it. I got almost no faith in that hockey stick and a big strong pry. You know, if you're up against the pile, kind of between the main part of the pile and the shoulder, when it's just trying all it can do to twist your boat around and you're trying all you can do to keep it straight, that's probably when that paddle is gonna, you know, give up the ghost. That's why I kind of went with this shaft. I don't like the T-grip, but I got a lot more faith in this actually being a good shape of a paddle that we'll work with for a long time. And I can deal with the T-grip for testing purposes, but we know that shaft will not break in a normal paddling situation. Yeah, that's what I got. I'm gonna keep the ideas going. We're real close. I'm thinking I'm gonna go out maybe even this next week. We're supposed to get some warmer weather down here. You know, the sun angle's changing. I'm usually able to get down there in March and play in the wave anyway, so we're almost there, guys. And I'm hella jealous of you that have been able to paddle all winter long. That has not been the case for me. Y'all have a good day.